welcome back to a new vlog. I'm trying to vlog more often during these 2 weeks that I have school off because I can take advantage of it. It's very weird to not have school. I literally wake up and I'm like ready to open my laptop and do school and there's nothing to do. Now I'm thinking back, I'm like, what did I do with my time before? I mean, I was vlogging more often and I was definitely like going grocery shopping and stuff more often. I feel like when I didn't have school, I would just like leave the house to go like walk around Value Village. Today I am vlogging. We're not doing much. It's already 1 p.m. and so far today, I've ended my last vlog, edited a Patreon video, loaded and unloaded the dishwasher. Nothing exciting. Also, my face looks like this because I spray tanned yesterday and I haven't washed it off my face yet, so it looks a little blotchy. Anyways, we're on our way to go get Manchukuo noodles, which is like a Chinese place here, because I have been craving some type of like Chinese noodles since yesterday at my in-laws' house. They had like leftover Chinese food and I smelt it and I was like, I need it immediately. When I was pregnant with Luca over on Patreon, I did the same thing. I ate Manchukuo on my Patreon lives. We're gonna do a mukbang. He's gonna get Chick-fil-A and put the grilled stuff on his bun, and I'm gonna get Manchukuo noodles. So it's gonna be a weird combination of mukbang food. But yeah, do you wanna say hi to Josh? Josh is never on the camera anymore.
Hi guys, currently we're on our way to get some Manchukuo noodles.
Bye.
Hallelujah, Jesus.
We didn't pray.
You think you're funny?
I'm gonna put a for sale sign on my head.
How are you?
If you have not had roasted chestnuts or steamed chestnuts, I'm vlogging. He just started singing. Wow. Josh with the vocals. Why is it good? They're so good and they're such a healthy snack. There's a lot of it. They're a little bit hard to make because you got to crack the shell in order to steam the inside, but they're so yummy. Oh my gosh. Like with coffee, oh, so good. This is your sign to go get some chestnuts, watch a TikTok video on how to make them, and make them. So I used to have a problem with my feet. I think it was plantar fasciitis. It's basically where like right before, I can't describe it, but it's like on your heel and it's like right where your arch would start after your heel. It hurts so bad when I walked. I had that issue and I think it's because I work from home and I'm not wearing shoes all day and my whole house is hardwood and tile. So it's like basically not wearing shoes all day long on my feet, doing house chores, cooking and stuff. When you go to work, you have shoes on. So I think that's like the main difference in why my feet hurt so bad. It get even worse when I was like working out. I think what happened was I actually was able to heal most of my plantar fasciitis, I don't know how to say it, whatever. With wearing Crocs, that helped a lot. But now I think my body's overcompensating because I didn't want to step on my arch. Now it's overcompensating, I think, and I'm stepping on this outside of my foot because I don't want to step on the arch. So my body is subconsciously overcompensating for me not pressing on that. And now the other side of my foot hurts. So, and it's to the point where I'm like up all night. So I got this thing called, I don't know what it's actually called. I think there's a thing for it, a name for it. But it puts like pressure on your foot. It's saying it's for your ankle, but I thought it was for your foot. I'm not gonna show you guys me putting it on because no free foot pics. I decided I'm gonna vlog this because I have a weird pinky toe and the OGs know about my pinky toe issue. We've been trying to figure this out because we don't understand how the Velcro is supposed to stick together because they're facing the same way. I know he's about to flip out. I can feel it. I can sense the tension. Okay, the next one you have to push tight because it's not tight. Oh my gosh, you did it! That feels good. On my ankle it's a little too tight, but yeah, it's too tight.
Oh my god.
Do it again.
You can't even make it up.
So, as you guys can see, I have tears from my spray tan because I'm pregnant and emotional. For dinner tonight, we put leftover meatloaf in rice. So it's basically just like beef with sauce and rice, and it's disgusting. So I'm not eating it. I'm having a really hard time. Like I'm having a really bad appetite, and I think it's because, so in the beginning of my pregnancy, I was super nauseous and I had to take diclectin, I think it's called, which is like the B6 or B, whatever it is. It's the pregnancy nausea pill that's like safe. Anyways, it made me really, really tired. And the more you take it, you eventually stop getting tired and you get used to it. I remember stopping around 14 weeks when I was pregnant with Luca. So around 14 weeks, I stopped taking it. I felt like my nausea was okay. And then I got my gastro virus where I was like puking on my 15th week. And ever since then, I still don't have an appetite and I just don't feel like, I feel very like gaggy. I know if you've been pregnant, you know what I'm talking about. Like I just feel like I could just like, if I overthink something, I'll gag. Or if I think about this dinner for too long, which looks like dog food, I will seriously get sick. I'm having a really hard time getting fruits and vegetables in, and a really hard time like eating really anything other than like plain carbs. Like I'm okay with like a bagel and cream cheese cheese or a bowl of fruit or some steamed broccoli. But when it comes to, I think it's like the meat part that I'm having an issue with. I could eat fruits and vegetables all day. It's more protein shakes and smoothies can be really bad. Acid reflux, so I don't know. I've been not eating properly and I'm trying my best, and trust me, you don't have to tell me. I know I should be eating healthier for the baby. I think about it every second of every day, probably more than the average person, but I don't want to, I can't. Like, I just cannot eat any forms of meat and stuff, and I don't know why. I was fine and now I'm not fine. My spray tan on my face, look at my tear. That's so funny. Pregnancy, I'm so much more nauseous and I'm just so much more, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's more of a mental thing on why I feel defeated all the time. I feel like very depressed all the time. And again, I don't know if it's because of my like trauma from pregnancy and from infertility doesn't allow me to enjoy pregnancy the way that I thought I was, and like it's my way of like protecting my brain, or if it's like just hormones, I don't know, or because it's the winter, I don't know. Mentally, this pregnancy, I am not okay. I mean, I'm okay. Like, I'm not like super depressed. Like, I'm still working, I'm still cleaning, I'm still cooking, I'm still doing the stuff I need to do. I'm just not like as energetic as normal. I usually always go to the gym. I'm not going very much this pregnancy. I usually make an effort to eat healthy whether I want to or not, and I have not been making an effort this pregnancy. Well, I wouldn't say this pregnancy, I would say recently. So I've been trying not to take my nausea medication because I want to be able to just function normally without taking any medication, and I just feel like I can't function. Like, without the medication, I'm only eating like potatoes, bagels, toast with butter, buttered noodles. We did the Chinese noodle mukbang and I really didn't eat much of that, and I haven't ate since. I made some rice, like I said, with this leftover meatloaf, and it's disgusting. So, and I hate wasting food. Like, me and Josh are very good in this house with not wasting food and eating leftovers. Clearly, we mixed meatloaf with rice to eat the leftover meatloaf. We are very good at eating leftovers. I just don't want any type of meat, and I try to make good meals for Josh and make sure that we have a dinner, but I can't eat meat. And then I got some comments about if we know the gender, and I kind of addressed it in the last video, but I'm gonna reiterate it just in case. We do not know the gender. I did not take a sneak peek test. I did not. I got a couple ultrasounds, but I made sure to tell them, hey, I don't know the gender, like, don't say anything. Josh thinks it's a boy, I think it's a girl, but I don't really know. I think my brain, I don't really trust my brain anymore after everything that happened, and I don't know if it's because I don't know if my brain is protecting itself or if it's being logical. When I was pregnant with Luca, I knew immediately it was a boy. I just had it, like, the moment I was pregnant, I was like, this is a boy, I have a feeling it's a boy. I mean, there's a 50% chance I'm right, but it just felt like I just had a gut feeling that it was a boy, and I trusted my motherly instinct. This pregnancy, I don't know, I feel like it's a girl, but again, I'm very unsure on whether it's my brain doing like a protective mechanism, because I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way and twist it, but I feel like I have my son, and it's hard for me to envision having a different son that looks different and that is here living. I feel like I have my son. I don't know, maybe if you guys have multiple kids, you can kind of understand. Like, it's hard to envision me thinking about having another son when I have Luca's smell, and I feel like I already have one and I have a name for him. Like, I don't know. It feels like, I mean, I do have a son, but it feels like it's hard to envision having another one. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's my brain trying to like do a protective thing where it's, if I think it's a girl, maybe, I don't know. And what I know 100% is that for some reason, I think that if I hold out knowing the gender until I know the baby's healthy, that I will connect with the baby as much, even though that's not true. I don't know. This is such a mental battle. Like, this pregnancy is so different, and it's such a mental battle. Because in my head, I'm like, okay, if I wait till after the 20-week anatomy scan and I get the clear that the baby's okay, then I can start getting excited. Then I can start buying stuff. Then I can find out the gender. Then I can start being excited. And I don't mean to be mean or ungrateful, but that's just how my brain is thinking. It's almost like I'm like protected and guarded until the 20-week anatomy scan, because that was the milestone that really triggered me with my last pregnancy, is finding out that Luca had all of these issues, and that I kind of realized at that moment that I could lose him at any second, and it kind of felt like my whole world, well, it came crashing down. So for this pregnancy, I'm very guarded, and it's like a guilty thing where it's like I don't feel guilty because I feel like I'm not bonding with this baby as much as I did with Luca. I feel like I'm not celebrating this pregnancy as much as I did with Luca. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like disconnected in a way, and I'm trying not to cry because I cannot cry cry on YouTube all the time. I cry on Patreon all the time, but I cannot cry on YouTube. So I just feel like a little bit guilty that I'm not connecting with this baby, especially because it's been my dream to, you know, I always like thought that if I found out that I was pregnant naturally, I would like freak out, I would cry, I would faint, but like I didn't even cry when I found out I was pregnant because I didn't believe it. I have been so guarded that I actually haven't even, I've cried out of fear, but I have not cried out of happiness yet, and that really sucks because this baby deserves to be celebrated. I feel like I'm gonna cry right now, but it's just the way that my brain works after infertility and after losing a child. It's like very, I don't know, I feel like I will not be able to take a deep breath until the baby's like on my chest. I'm really excited for that day because I know that that will seriously be the best day of my life. Like I will probably, like they'll probably have to sedate me because I'm gonna be crying so hard when that baby's on my chest. It will feel like, it honestly feels like I've been running a marathon for 5 years and I have never reached the finish line. That's the best way. And I'm physically, like I think about how tired and physically exhausted you'd be and you just saw people running past you on the finish line and it feels like you're just running in the same spot. Right, you're right close to the finish line, but you're just running at the same spot and you're like, why am I not moving? Like, why am I running in the same spot? And then everyone's like flying past you even though you were ahead of them. Like it's a very weird feeling, and if anyone can relate, I would appreciate the comments or an Instagram message. If you ever want to leave like a really heartfelt message or like even constructive criticism, message me on Instagram. I don't read YouTube comments as much because for my mental health it's just really not good. I read them sometimes, but you know, leaving a comment here and then also on my Instagram is like a better way to interact, or TikTok, or I feel like I check my comments on other stuff more often. But today I really didn't do much. I'm trying to just get out content for you because I know you guys just like to hear me talk. So that is it for today's video. I just wanted to like kind of talk to you guys about pregnancy and the way that my brain has been and why I am the way I am. And I don't even feel like putting makeup on. It's just really bad. And I definitely have a lot of New Year's resolutions I need to reach and hit. And I just hope 2024 is the best year of my life because I did not think 2023 would be the literal worst year of my life. It was the best year because I'm like so happy in my marriage and I'm like so comfortable in life and I have a routine, but it was also, you know, I lost my best friend, I lost my son. It felt like I was just like, I feel like all these rare things happened to me and my brain has been forever altered from it. I am more paranoid. I constantly think that I'm gonna be the one because I've been the 0.01% so many times now. I feel like when something's wrong, I will, like people always think like, oh, it's never gonna happen to me. But then once something happens to you that you don't think would ever happen to you, like I never thought infertility would happen. I never thought my best friend would be, you know, tragically unalived. I didn't think that I would lose my son. Like I didn't think I'd have a liver tumor caused by birth control. Like there's all these things that are so like quote unquote like unheard of or doesn't happen to people. When they all happen to you back to back to back, I start to realize that, you know, all these things can happen to me and all these things probably will happen to me and these things have happened to me. And so the way that I look at life has really changed, and the way that my brain views things went from, oh, that's probably unlikely, to now when there's something that's unlikely in my head, I'm like, no, that's for sure gonna happen to me. It probably is happening right now, or it has happened because it's happened before. All these things that are rare have happened to me before. And I've thought about getting a therapist because it's definitely, I think it's to the point where I definitely need one. Like every time I'm in the car, I'm like, I'm gonna be the one to get in the car accident today. It's gonna happen to me because why wouldn't it? All the other rare bad stuff has happened to me. Why would this not happen to me? So my brain has really shifted from, oh, these things, you hear about these stories but they never happened to you, to now, oh, all of the stories that people are hearing about are about me. I'm like the person where people say, oh, did you hear about this girl who had this happen and this happened and this happened and she had infertility and she struggled for 5 years and then she got pregnant and then she lost her son, and then like I just feel like I'm the sob story and I hate it. Usually I do this over on Patreon, but I feel very disconnected with YouTube recently, and I feel like I really need to connect with you guys and open up because I feel like that's what I built my channel on. And for me to kind of push back and start sharing more on Patreon, I sometimes forget that a lot of my original viewers are over here on YouTube, and I still need to open up to you guys and still be Karlee, because that's, I feel like the reason why people love me is I just talk. My most viewed videos are me just talking. People love to hear me talk. I don't know why, because I literally talk about nothing. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope you guys stick around because I definitely am trying to upload more. You guys will notice. And I have a lot of 2024 resolutions and changes that I'm making over on this channel. Especially I really want to be able to document me and the baby more often, because I regret, you know, not documenting my pregnancy with Luca more and my pregnancy with this baby more. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.